Hello everyone, welcome to Global Biz Apps Weekend 2021 powered by D365 Champs. It's day 2 today and we hope you are doing well and keeping safe. And I am Venkat Subbarao Policity moderating this session along with Preeti Pipalia. And this session is presented by Devi Kumari Krishna. So Devi will be talking about adaptive cards in Power Virtual Agent. Just a brief introduction about Devi. Like she is a solution architect at Robert Bosch with more than 16 plus years of experience in Dynamics 365, CE, Power Platform, and Power Virtual Agent, and also Azure. And she is also have extensive experience in DevOps, and she is a Microsoft certified person also. So before I hand over this session to Devi, I would like to mention that if you have any queries, please feel free drop it in the chat window. We will take them either during the session, if possible, or during the Q&A time. Thank you again for joining and enjoy the session. Devi, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Venkata. One thing before, so it is very important to note that Devi has been really supportive of the event, and last minute, due to some unforeseeable circumstances, we had to change over the speaker because our Polish speaker was not able to attend due to some personal emergencies. Thank you, Devi, to take it up on very short notice again. We at Champs appreciate that a lot. Over to you guys.
Yes, absolutely. So Devi was very much cooperative because in a short notice she helped us uh, to set up the things quickly. So Devi, one more time, uh, a, a big thanks for you for taking this session. Yeah, you can share your screen.
Sure. Thank you, community. So, be it a short notice, I consider this as a opportunity for me to share what I have learned recently. So, I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know if you're able to see it.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, let me quickly start the presentation mode. Okay, so as the community pointed out, today I'm going to share the knowledge what I acquired on Power Virtual Agent with its extended capabilities. So before I start off with the session, so as you all know, I'm a solution architect who is working for Robert Bosch with 15 plus years of industry experience. So let me minimize this window to yeah, these are my connects. So I'm available in LinkedIn, and I started writing blogs, and I only publish the videos on the sessions which I give, so that it is useful for others to refer even though they miss the session. So today's session also I'll be publishing in the same manner. So please, take a look. Okay, before I start off, so what is this Power Virtual Agent? So if there are some, newbies here, I would like to quickly talk about the Power Virtual Agent first. So it is nothing but, a quick, assisted automated system, which will help us answer queries and reduce the, queuing time to reach the customer service. So it is a combination of chatbot and whatever data you exchange with the customer, so those inquiries are also piled up into the system so that they are adopted for the second time. So today I'm going to ask a question to the bot. For example, I open the very well-known app for all of us, a Big Basket. So there is a chat, immediately it opens up asking, how can I assist you? So I'm telling that I'm trying to place an order, I have discrepancies with my order, so I'm trying to track my order, all these things. So in the olden days, you all know that we will wait in queue, press 1 2 3 numbers, then go with the traditional mode, somebody picks up, then there is a waiting time. So you post your query, he will put you on hold, then he will respond you back with the answer. So this is all gone, and bot checks the system. It uses the information that we provide, and if it is not able to provide, it will quickly tell us that sorry, I cannot answer you. Then you put a relevant, you rephrase your statement. So the next time the rephrase statement also it is capable of understanding. So it immediately gains this knowledge. Then it will record in it in its repository. Okay. So how these additional capabilities are achieved? So there the machine learning plays a major role. So every bot it or I mean here we call it as a power virtual agent. It is like virtually the bot is supporting you, and it is acting near like human who is responding you back. So there are different kinds of machine learning algorithms that it can use. One is a supervised learning where it is all task based. So I mean you will be able to predict, for example, now I will ask you what is your email address, so what is your phone number. So then if I'm going to do a registration form, the questions are so predictable. So that way it is all aligned to what is your, for example, if I say I want to track my order, so you know that what is the next question agent is going to ask, what is your order ID. So those kind of predicted value, it goes with the supervised and guided model. So something is called that unsupervised. So what is unsupervised? It is purely data driven. So it works with combination of algorithms. For example, I type register here. System tries to match a nearly equal value as a similar text. So that is called as unsupervised algorithms. So the next is reinforcement. So the reinforcement is what it is learning from its mistakes. For example, 10 times I'm telling that I sorry I cannot answer you, sorry this is not the related text. So it will add some scoring. So where I have poorly responded to the customer, I will try to learn from them. So then I will capture all the relative information what user is going to provide me. Then I will store it in my repository. That is called reinforcement rules. Okay. So now you might ask me, so why PVA? I already answered this question. So it enables us for the multi-channel connectivity. So you could place your bot on a portal, or it on your social networks or in the website of your organizations. So anywhere you can post this. In today's world, if you open Google, it will immediately open a bot channel for you, and it will try to somehow assist you. Okay, so it is such a friendly widget which can be placed in any of your tools, and you don't want to miss anybody who is visiting your website or social network. You always want them to go with an answer. So how do I make sure the security is all in place? Yes, definitely, security aspects are governed because the Power Virtual Agent operates within the Microsoft platform in terms of constructing it. Then we also distribute it in a governed channel. So the in-house security, it takes care of the access, the web channels in which I could publish my, bot. We could define the allowed list of protocols where my bot can be accessible. It can also be governed by additional authentications. Okay, so our Power Virtual Agent is not only capable of publishing here. So I mean, I don't know if any of you attended my previous session in the community. So I was I did a presentation on how the Power Virtual Agent connects with our D365 omni-channel. So where the human agent can transfer the request to PVA, and the bot can in turn transfer the request back to the human agents. So there we could configure the omni-channel connectivities as well. So on top of it, so what do I do? So now okay, my first target is to answer the customer or respond back to customer immediately. So what will I do with these responses? So what am I doing? Am I only saving time? No, I'm also trying to save all this information, try to analyze the sentiments of the customer. So I'm just to use this data and predict if the customer was happy with my response, if the customer is getting all the inputs needed, or is the customer expecting something new based on which I could improve my tool. Okay, so these are the predictions which we could make using these PVA, not directly, but we could extend this data to the AI capable tools. Okay, so here there are 4 key things which our PVA provides. So how do I extend my PVA? One is Azure Q&A Maker. So Azure Q&A Maker is a wonderful tool where it works on the reinforcement algorithms. I keep learning from my mistakes and then I educate my tool. So this is capable if you have in your website any frequently asked questions. If you already have some question and answers, this tool can immediately connect to that. So you don't have to type or configure anything from fresh. Whatever portal URL you will give, it will pick up the questions from there and try to build its own model. The second is bot framework. So today we are going to see how our bot framework is helping us to extend the capabilities. So bot framework works on a composer model, so which I'm going to show you in detail in today's session. So the next is AI Builder, which will purely help us to analyze the data capture. And fourth is omni-channel, which I was talking, where using configurations, we will establish a link between PVA and agents. Okay. So yeah, in today's session, we will predominantly see the bot framework. Okay, what this bot framework is, it is all about a composer. So composer is integrated into the Power Virtual Agent. So it will help the developers and business users to build bots and extend, the UI content what we are going to present. So what all I will be able to add. So I could add some adaptive cards on my chat window rather than a plain text. So this adaptive dialogues are governed by language generation tools. So if you want to have it in different languages based on the region in which the customer is trying to open, the language generation files will help us govern this. So there are some regular expressions which we could place. So it is a simple text model. For example, if I want to place an order from Zomato or Swiggy, and I want to understand what all menu they have. So if it is like I am asking the bot to give me the menu card. So it just picks up the from the catalog and it displays me. So those kind of simple expressions also I could construct, or I will have an extensive dialogue based interactions using which I will display my card. So what this adaptive cards are capable of, it is capable of showing video files, image files, or capture. We could have a basic form through which we could capture inputs. All those things are possible with this adaptive cards. Okay. So now I switch back to demo. So directly we will not run it functionally, but before that we will see the frameworks. Okay, so here I am going to my Power Apps. So today I have created a simple chatbot. Once I go to the Power Platform, so I choose my own environment. So under that you will see the chatbot. So where I'm going to create new chatbots from here. So if I had any created chatbot already, so it will get it listed here. So today I'm going to use a beauty salon bot. So it is just a simple concept. So one thing, immediate limitation which I want to call off here is once I create a chatbot, no, at the moment there is a restriction that I cannot rename it. Even if I will edit, I will be able to edit the components which is getting listed. So this is a limitation which will be addressed in the next release by Microsoft. Okay, so there is no way I could change this name. Okay, so now once I have a chatbot, so what it does, it will have a lot of topics that is getting listed. Okay, so here there are some general topics which which is added to the trial, or if you enable your instance with data, you will see a lot of trial or topics which will help us to create new topics. So how do I create a new topic? So here you see the options, new topic. I could start a topic entirely from the scratch, or when I want to extend the capabilities, I will go with the bot framework composer. So let me quickly create a simple topic. So here I will just give this demo bot. I will use some trigger phrases. So these are, you could type any trigger phrases here. Then I go to authoring canvas. Okay, so you see here that every action starts from this trigger phrase. I could call out a simple message, or I could even add an action here. Okay. I will ask a simple question. I will choose a multi option. So I will help the user to decide. Store. Availability of products. Okay. So now if they choose store inquiry, I can add one more question here. So let us say yes, no. So this way it keeps on, the conversation keeps on going until we, end the conversation. So in the intermediate time, if I want to, test or see whether we are going in the right direction, I always have my topic checker, which will help me to check. So this simple test bot is there, which will help us always to, immediately test what we have developed here. So this chart window will be there. So always I could refresh if I want to, test every time starting from the scratch. Okay, so what are the trigger phases that we had given? Session, good morning, all these things. So let me quickly type session. Okay, you could see welcome to my bot, the text we had given, and how can I help you today? So the questions that we had added multiple choices appears like this. Okay, so if I will click on store inquiry, so it is, please tell me our store is located in so and so, whatever text we give here. It is all like, simple. We call this entire Power Apps as a low code platform, right? So you write in your native language, it understands, and it is building the conversation here. So if I will add some actions to the yes and no, those things will appear here. So this is how I construct a very, very simple bot. So all I did was I created a topic, and under the top, I named my topic. I created some trigger phases, and I started adding some of my conditions. Okay, so now I want to extend the capabilities of bot. So I am tired of responding or choosing this multiple options, or some in some places I just want to see what is there in the store. I mean, so that is where I try to think of a different topic, because most of, if I tried room reservation or a hotel menu card, everything already our Microsoft Docs is providing us enough steps to configure and run it through. So I will choose a beauty service option bot, which I had created today. So this I am just building it. I thought I will present it here. So here I had kept several trigger phases. So then as I was constructing my previous bot, I went to the authoring canvas. Then I started building my action points. So while doing my action points, I wanted to have some adaptive cards here. So I thought of opening my bot composer and build the adaptive card. Okay, so now how do I open the adaptive card? So let me switch to topic again. I go and open my bot framework composer. So you will see that first time when you're opening it, if you don't okay, let me minimize this. If you don't have it installed, you could always download it from the center. So when you have it, in spite of displaying this message, it will quickly open the composer for you. So once I already have it open, so let me quickly see. Yeah, my composer is already open. So let me close it and open it for you. Okay. Okay, so my composer is open. You will see that it is trying to connect with the PVA. So here I will give the same credentials which I have logged in with my PVA to sync all the services that I'm writing here. Okay. Okay, so I am into my bot framework composer. So first time when I'm coming in, I will start with entirely new creation of service. So this Node.js is required only if I'm trying to use the Q&A maker. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about it. You can simply cancel. You can cancel all these templates. So here I have already created my personal care service. So let me open the service which I had done. You can, if you have services already listed, you could click here, but I see it here. So let me open my service. Okay, so here you could see I have lot of services which is already written. So I will walk you through how do we start. Okay, so the first and foremost thing is we always have a service name listed in my composer. So I give any name to this. So this is called as a parent or root. So under this I will add a, okay, you see here under this I will always try to add a trigger. So this is going to be my adaptive dialog box. So under this, bot, you could see that I have already listed a beauty service. So when I will list this component, it will also ask me to start a dialog. So in my dialog, I will call a response. So in this response, I will go and define what is the service that I want to add. Okay. So let us create it one more time so that you are all with me in creating this. So every time for creation I will go to this create window. So from this create window I will go to my under the parent I will go to this. So here I can add a new trigger. So this trigger point will get called directly. So if I don't want to use a new trigger, so I will come here and start a new dialog. So dialog is first time initiating, and once you have a dialog ready, you can add multiple trigger points to the dialog. So let me have a test dialog today. Okay, so once I create my dialog, I will go to this. This is called a bot response page. Okay, so where I will go to this response page, and here you could see this show code. So in the show code, I don't want to have an import language, but I could create a JSON format file here. So here I already have my JSON format files. So I will pick and show you one of the files which I already placed here. Yeah, this is one of the registration form I have. We will go with the simple one. Okay, I'll go with the adaptive card input so that we see how the previous one got constructed. Okay. Okay. So here, this is the simple JSON code where I'm telling that these are the functions which I'm going to have. So under this function, I am going to call these functions in the main adaptive card. So I will have this is the input variable which I'm going to pass this to the service. Okay, so once I pass this to the service, so this is how the display will be. The location will be used, and whatever information I want to publish in the card, these are the columns that are published. These are the styling formats that is available. So these are the display informations that I keep. So once I have my display informations, so I come back and I create an activity. So what this activity will do? So in this display format, whatever information is there, it will bind those information to the attachment. So and this attachment is passed on to the adaptive cart beauty service. So what is this send activity will do? This will send this response back to the topic or bot service, whichever is calling this particular composer service. Okay, so now I have created a test dialog. I will go back to my create phase. So you could see now I will click on show code here. So all the informations that we had added here, dynamically the JSON that we have added will get bound to this test dialog. So under this test dialog, I have a begin dialog phase. So in this begin dialog phase, okay. So in this begin dialog phase, you could see that I have, this is called as a edit window for the composer. I can create a simple response. So in the sender response, you could see either I could have a simple text responses, or I could have a functional response, or I could, insert anything in turn. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bot response for this. You could see all the code that we have written here. So let me call my adaptive cart beauty service. Okay. Okay. So this is how my response will be added. Okay. Yeah, I think we are good to go. So before I will publish, let me quickly verify if we have added all the steps correctly. Okay, so the response is visible. Okay, so once I publish, what will happen? So I go back to PVA first. So I will list down the topics which is already available, so that we identify that the test dialog has appeared new. Okay, so here you could see that I have, from my previous publishing, I have this beauty service, beauty new for service, test demo bot, but I don't have a test dialog yet. So I come back to my composer, where you could see under this beauty salon board, beauty service, registration step, new for service, all these things are there. So this I had already invoked in my yeah, you could see that, yes, we are right in calling the response. Okay, so the same behavior we will also see in the test dialog that we had created now. So when I give here, at the moment I have given it as a text response. So if I have to give it as a JSON format, I simply remove this, add the response. Sorry about that. Okay, so here the IntelliSense is also there. So when I do this, it will list me all the functions that is already available. Okay, so what is our service? It is adaptive cart beauty service. Okay, so where I also had a location as the input parameter. Okay, so now our service is all fine. So here you could see there is a publish window. If in all these steps, if there was a problem, it would have already got listed in this composer window. So I could see that there are no errors or warnings that is listed currently. So I will try to publish. So okay, so when I publish, if there are multiple services, it will expect me to choose the right service that I want to publish. So here I go for publish selected bots. So I could give a version or any comment that facilitates the number of times I am proceeding with this publish. So I give okay. Okay, so if you see that there is a firewall which is blocking this publish. So bear with me if you lose the presentation. So I will share it again, but let me quickly disconnect. I hope you can hear me now, right? Are you
Yes,
all with me?
yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Yes, we can hear
You
you.
can see my screen as well, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I publish it again. Okay, still there is an error. Git address info not found. Okay, let me check. Just give me a second. Okay, I'll try to publish this again. Okay. Okay, my information is all correct. Comment is not mandatory, but let me try to add to see if there is any difference. Okay, so I still face some issue with the publishing. So let us not worry about this. From my previous publishing, I already have the services up and running. So I will go and, demo it here. Okay, I go back to PVA. Okay, so let me go to the topics again. Okay, one issue could be I'm using the same function name. So I think it is getting confused. Okay, so let me test. Okay, so this is one of the existing, bots which I already created. So here you could see that I am, taking, I'm trying to, use the beauty service app, and I want to know our services which is already available or take a new booking. So here, I have kept two conditions. So the channel for inquire services is different, where it is, trying to see based on the city, it is going to retrieve me the beauty service card. Okay, so let us go ahead and test this bot. So before that, let me recollect my triggering phases. Okay, I have a lot of information. So let me test. So the test will enable the clear window here. Okay, so here it says welcome to my beauty service app. Let me just maximize it. Okay, hope the visibility is better now. So yeah, so here these are the two options I'll take for inquire services. Sure, to assist you with the right service, could you please confirm your city? So I could give Bangalore. Okay, so here it immediate. This is the adaptive card that we had designed. So you could see that, the different services, what is offering is skincare, hair care, makeup. So now if I want to, how do I start over? So this is a, general comments which bot understands. Okay, so if I will start over, it will start asking me the questions from the beginning. So here I would like to, go with book an appointment. So again, I use a different trigger phase. I just use register. Okay, so here I want to book an appointment now. So are you visiting us for the first time? If I say yes, I have not added any service here. So if otherwise, I could choose no. Okay. So this is how, the adaptive card is getting placed. So now I will go here to be, in detail about the adaptive cards. We will try to publish by changing the function name. Okay, so I go to the code. So this is the name of the function. So I think the service is expecting it to be unique. So I will also call the same function here. Set. So I changed my class name all over. Okay, so I come back to my create step to bind the right service name here in the response. So show response editor, confirm. I go back. So let me use the IntelliSense. So let me pick this. Okay, I think we are all set. Okay, so before I will publish, maybe I will publish everything together. I will also show you the other, adaptive card which I am currently building on. So we will see how to, add more adaptive cards. Okay, so I will go with start registration. So here, if at all, the idea what I had in mind is if the user decides if when I'm trying to book an appointment, so I want to understand if this is an existing user or a new user. If it is a new user, I want to, put a form for him to register first. So for this, what I did, I came and created a trigger registration step. Then under this, I started constructing my dialog. So I will go to this adaptive card here. So I will go to the form. So I have created a function called start trial form. Here I started building my, first we have to tell what is that I'm trying to build. So we are trying to build an adaptive card here. Then we are, designing a body or a structure for it where I want to tell, what are the text I want. Okay, so here you could see that, I am using the enter your name, enter your address, how many weeks, and the simple submit option. Okay, so once I have this, I also define my schema and the version. After this, I will have an activity. So under this activity, I will add this, entire information JSON as an object to this attachment. Then these things are automatically created from the response that we are adding to the dialog. Okay, so I move on to the registration step in the create mode. So you could see here that all of these inputs what I had added has come as additional information over there. Okay, so here I want to capture the user information. So I'm only trying to fetch the user.name. So in user.name, I will add a property to capture the name and whatever value they are entering for this name attribute. So this I will call back in turn activity value name. So the registration triggers, I could add some, trigger phases right here. So if you have noticed, so I show here again. Yeah, I have created some trigger phases here. Start registration, register here. Please share your contact details and all those stuff. So when I will trigger or I will call this particular service in the bot. So I in my topic I don't have to add any trigger phases. Directly I can redirect to the service and it will use these phrases as a trigger points. Okay, so is how do I build the structures? How do I get this adaptive card models? So it is not, if you will go and see this design here, it is not so friendly. So is there anywhere, I learned this designs very quickly rather than constructing it from first? So there is one good site which I came across. It is also recommended by Microsoft, this adaptivecards.io. Let me put that in the chat. So here you could see here that it already gives me n number of controls, and I will be able to preview also here. So let me go to the right element. So you could see here that the adaptive cards got some samples. It has got its own designer. So I will go to samples. Okay. You see here, right? This code is already there. If I want to try this myself, so this is how this card will display the information. So when I will click try it yourself, it gives me the complete JSON object which I will be able to add. So I'm going to make some changes here. Okay. So I will reduce the size further to see the try it yourself button here. Okay, so here are the places where you could come and edit, so that will appear there. So this JSON object you will be able to directly copy from here and paste it here. So if you see, it is the same object. I could directly copy this information, and I could come and add it to my composer. So in this place, all I have to do is I will have to give a function name, and then all this information I could immediately replace the classifier dots until which I can come and paste it here if I want to see the design. Okay, so I already have this trial form. Yeah.
तो अजून नाही, तो बोलत होता गाडी नाही
No, no, somebody has unmuted.
All right. So now I will go back to my PVA. I'll go to the list again.
Just a second, Devi. So the moderators, we have muted the attendee, right?
Go ahead, Devi.
Sure. Okay, so you could see here that the registration step is already available. All the services as part of my previous publish, it has come here. So in fact, I could see my test dialog. Let me quickly check if test dialog is what we have added. Yeah, I could see my test dialog appearing here. I think it was a false notification because of the network switch. Yeah, this is what we had created in the beginning. Yeah, so the test dialog is here. So what I will do is I will create a very simple topic and try to redirect here, okay, for the new dialog that we had created. So I will open a blank demo with book. So let me use some D365 charms. Okay, so I go to the authoring page. Okay, so yeah, all we will do is we will simply call, let me add some message. Okay. Okay, so you could see here that when I try to add, I can ask a question, I can call an action, I can simply display a message, or I end the conversation. So this feature you are seeing, right? Transfer to agent. This is required for us when we do the omni-channel connectivity. For the moment, we will not go for it. So here you could see we have something called redirect to another topic. So if I will try to choose a redirect, all the services that is available in my system appears here for me. So since the publish failed, I'm not sure it's going to work, but still I will try to call the test dialog. Okay. So I am calling the test dialog. So that is all. So we will save our topic. Let us test our bot. Let me quickly see if there are any errors. I don't encounter any errors. So once again, I refreshed my test window. Cool. So it is giving me the default options. So these are the ones I picked. These images I picked from the Microsoft Docs to see how to put a simple adaptive card. It is appearing for me. Okay. We should have rephrased, but it's fine. So I think our dialogue is working. So we have seen how from Composer the publishing is bringing all the services here, and a simple redirect call is helping us to call the services that we had composed. It is not limited to the image, but maybe in my future demos I will show you the form filling and other stuff. So in fact I tried creating, but I am not complete in this process. So I will show you probably in my next demos. So let me try to
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Devi. We
Yeah.
have another 15 minutes to go, and we have a few queries. So if you
Sure.
if you complete this demo, we can take that queries later.
Yeah, for sure. So I think pretty much I covered the key topic of how to add the adaptive card here. We have seen creating topics, calling designing a service in Composer and publishing it back to the PVA. So I'm good. I covered my topics. I'm happy to take up queries.
For sure. Okay. So the first one goes from Bipin Kumar, and he's asking that can we not add the chatbot in a Dataverse solution, then export the solution, rename the chatbot name in XML file, and then import the solution back to Dataverse? I'm curious to know if this will work.
Okay, so even I want to try this. I mean, so far, even if I added it solution, it was not working. But yeah, editing the XML file might work, but I will definitely try this option. So as part of immediate renaming, no, it is the feature is not available.
Okay.
And
that
Microsoft,
has,
as you are aware, right? So as we moved out of the unmanaged components, Microsoft is asking us not to edit those XML files. So it is not part of best practice. So for that reason, I have not tried, and I prefer to wait until it comes as part of release.
Exactly. So editing XMLs is not always the recommended way, but
Yes.
maybe we can try it.
Yes.
Okay. Another is that how can we present user with a list of countries or states as a drop-down where they can select from the options instead of using a simple text to accept the country or state value?
Okay. So here you had seen the multiple options, right? From there, they will be able to choose. Like I go back to my options. I go to the authorizing app. Here you have seen the multiple options. So here we allowed the user to pick from one. So likewise, you could list down the countries also, cities also for them to choose. Here I think there are apart from this, there are other options also for us. So you could bring in your country pre-built. You could have them configured. So based on the choice of country they are choosing in the list, we could redirect the respective conditions. In my case, for example, the service in Bangalore or Karnataka is different from the service in Tamil Nadu. Accordingly, my trigger services will happen. This is the place where you configure what kind of questions you want to ask.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is, do we need to have an active Azure subscription to use Bot Framework Composer from PVA?
For Bot Framework Composer, no. But if at all you want to use Q&A Maker, you definitely need an Azure Active Directory subscription. Sorry, Azure subscription.
Okay. Yeah. Another is coming from Avinash. He is asking for enterprise usage with Dynamics, which one is better suggestion and why? And whether Power Virtual Agent or Azure Bot Framework.
Definitely Power Virtual Agent, because it is a exploring platform. When you stay in exploring platform, all the new features will keep on adding to it rather than go to a settled framework. So, and its options are not limited. The PVA is extending its capabilities to just integrate or take in inputs or integrate with any of the analytics. So I would definitely go for Power Virtual Agent.
Okay. Hope that has answered your query, Avinash. Okay. We don't see any more queries so far.
One more question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, question from Bipin: can we embed a chatbot in Power BI report or dashboard?
I have not tried Power BI report. Definitely, it is possible in portals. So I have to check how friendly the Power BI UI is to. I mean, if you had seen websites and portals, no, we have the source elements, the design elements, so in which we could bind our HTML codes. So all HTML based places we could go and add just chat widget control. So I've not tried in Power BI, or there are some forums that were asking if I could also send this as part of my survey forms. So even these two I have not explored personally.
Okay.
So Champs, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask any question about the topic, the stage is open. Okay, seems like there are no more queries. Okay. Devi, we have got 10 more minutes. Would you like to go ahead or continue with some of the demos?
Yeah, I'm happy. If anybody wants me to configure anything in specific, I'll be happy to do that. So, or if anybody has already, as part of their projects or personal initiatives, if they have already used this adaptive cards, I would like to know from them if they want me to configure anything right here.
Hi, I'm Avinash.
Hi.
Here, hi. So you give the right answer that for the enterprise one, we use the PVA because that's a upgrading platform and soon we'll have more features. So that's the one. But also, if you can put more lights on why, comparatively, why you will prefer this PVA over the bot on technical or feature-wise comparisons, if possible.
Okay, yeah, sure. See, first and foremost, my PVA is not limiting my options that, you have to use only these specific options for me to, build a bot. I am happy to, integrate with Azure Bot Framework also. I'm happy to use my own composer also. And I'm happy to help you with configurations also within my PVA. Okay, so when I have multiple options within a single PVA, I always prefer to you go for this option itself. And moreover, in an enterprise organizations, we will be using more than one Power Apps or more than one model driven apps, which is on the Dataverse platform. For example, I am also I'm using customer service, sales, field service. Plus, for the end users, I have a Power Apps portals, no. So rather than building a bot in Azure Bot Framework, trying to integrate that bot here, so it for me it is like out of box configuration. I just configure it. I just bind it to any of my existing model driven apps. That is why for enterprise organizations, I specifically prefer Power Virtual Agent, because the configuration, deployment, integration, all these things, it is less time consuming and we don't have to look for a integration middle layer for it. It is all out of the box configurations. I know the bot framework has extended capabilities, so my PVA is not limiting. So as I have shown in my slide, no, so maybe in my future demos, I will also share. I will also try to share my videos links with Champs community. They can forward it to you, Avinash. So the Q&A maker is always there, so I could extend my PVA with the Q&A maker. When I have this Azure Q&A maker, all that Azure bot framework does, I am always getting those capabilities here, right? So why I restrict my user or my end users with only one set of functionalities, where this tool is helping me to integrate anywhere and build my bot a super bot.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great to have those insights. Thank you very much.
We have one more query, Devi.
Sure.
In Power Virtual Agents, can be integrated to Outlook?
Outlook, I have to try. Sorry, I have not tried them, but I will definitely try.
No worries. Okay. Yeah, so I think we can go ahead for the closure. Okay, so it was a really nice session, Devi. You patiently got us through the demos and the adaptive cards building process along with the Power Virtual Agents bots. So thank you so much for this wonderful session. And along with that, I would like to thank the champs joining from all over the country and all over the world. So we really appreciate your presence and we hope that you are taking away some powerful learnings from this session. Thanks to Devi for an amazing session on adaptive cards and Power Virtual Agents and sharing your knowledge with us.
Sure. Thank you so much. I'm flashing my contact details again, so you could scan the QR code, or you could reach me always in LinkedIn. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Thank you, community, for giving me this opportunity today.
We are glad to have you. Thanks.
Thank you.